Hello and salutations to all YouTube and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Minecraft Beta again, and today I'm going to be giving a tutorial on how to build in Beta 1.6.6 and or any alpha version that has staircases and slabs. So the reason why I'm doing this is because of a comment that Green said in his Evo SMP series, which is, not a lot of old buildings you see look good, and that statement I can agree with. However, I mean, looking at this, Green, have you played this version long enough to know how to build? You're older than I am. You played... Well, I did get to play Snapshot 1.2 Alpha before you actually, like... So maybe that's a bit biased. That's a bit biased. But, so let me go ahead and grab my resources that is going to be necessary to build one of these smaller houses. So I'm going to be building a 7x5. You guys can copy the design too. This is going to be a relatively fast design. I'm not going to spend more time on it than I need to. This is just for the video, so I am probably going to leave the game and it's going to be deleted. So I'm going to use... Okay, yeah, I want spruce wood, and I'm going to need 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6... Okay. I think I just need 6 wood. Because it's 2 for the side, 2 for that side, and then 2 for that side, yes. And then I need you. And I'm going to need half of you turned into actual wooden planks. So I'll be back in a second when I have all the materials necessary. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I have all my stuff ready. I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep real quick as I fall off of my bed. I'm going to go over to an area where I'm going to start this project. I keep forgetting that looking down when you're in third person makes you look up, and then looking up makes you look down. Really weird stuff. I said that backwards. Either way. Okay, so starting off, you want a 7x5. Now, if you have cobblestone and mossy cobblestone, I would suggest doing a transition between both of the blocks to be able to bring out more color, as cobblestone's texture alone sometimes is not always the best. So you want to do 7. So you want to go 3. This is the front door, so put this into the ground. 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to bring this back a few blocks and bring it around. So you guys are going to recognize this house because it's obviously a already built Minecraft version's house, but you'll see what the difference is between my version and Notch's version. So let's start off with a cobblestone foundry, alright? Let's say you want to do some spicing up on it. So, throw in some of that mossy cobblestone. Not too much of it. You don't want to throw so much that the green is overwhelming. But you also don't want to do too much gray as well. You kind of want to mix it in between. So let me do that. I'll leave you like this so I can do that and that. Okay, so the reason why you want to do a foundry is to make it look like your house is actually built on something instead of just having a bunch of wood connected to the ground. I mean, what is visually more appealing to look at on the ground? The cobble or the wood? This boy. If you like the wood, I can't blame you, because I actually do build barn houses from the beta version with the wood, but that's besides the point. So let's start off with the front door, which this is basically copied throughout both sides, so it's not really that big of a house to worry about. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. You do your cobblestone here, and then you go back to the wood. Perfect. Okay. Now, window size. Window is another thing you want to do. So, for this, the side windows here are going to be 1 block wide because of the spruce wood. And over here, it's going to be 1 to 2. I can even do 3 if I wanted to go like this. But of course, it kind of looks wonky, so I'm going to go... I'll give you a double window. Why not? Okay. Next step is to get on top of the house. So how are we going to do that? And as you can tell, it's just a block right now. It's not really that 3D, it doesn't have a lot of pop-outs, but that's why you do this. Jump up on the roof. And it is a very small house for a reason. There's a lot you can do with it. And I am building this just to show you guys, so I am going to leave this world without saving it because I have to use these materials for actually building part of the village that's over there that you guys saw. I haven't been playing the world for the last few days, so it's kind of dry right now, but it's also because I'm in another survival world ready for the YouTube survival series coming up soon. So you take your 7 wood and you place it across. Now I'm not exactly sure how much wood I'm gonna have to use for this. I just know that it's over 5. It's at least 6 stacks of wood, because you're gonna need a decent collection of wood to be able to actually, you know, make the staircases. Keep in mind, in this version, when you break a staircase, you only get one of those blocks back. You don't get the full staircase. You get 1 block. So, yeah. I think 59 staircases was a little bit overkill on how much I actually needed. Yeah, I could have done away with 48. There we go. There's part of the house. Now you'll be saying, what about the overhang? There's no overhang. This is very basic. Well, that's why you do this. You bring the block here, and you put these buddies down like this. And now you'll be asking yourself, okay, well, what am I supposed to do after this process? Like, what about this? Oops, my apologies. What about this is going to be actually useful? Well, I've got a lot I can tell you real quick, and let me show you real quick, because that's the best way I can do so. So you can either put whole blocks along these corners, or you can even put staircases in every single one of these corners. Now here's the thing. Normally, I don't do the staircase up there, so I keep that a whole block. Usually, I also do the same thing with these 2. The only time that I ever mess with staircases is whenever I'm doing the bottom bar here, just to bring out some shape. And even then, because of the way the shape of this house is, with that, it's going to look awkward, so you're going to want to add another bar. Or, even, do what I like to do, which is mix both of the ideas together. So I would take all this out. Believe me, it's going to take some time. And with all that removed, you put in the 2 blocks again, and then you put in the little itty-bitty overhang. And yes, you'll have a weird thing like that, but if you build your house a certain way, you won't have to worry about it. In fact, blop. Now it's kind of just a normal shaped house with that piece of it. It does look a little bit weird because it's very chunky with how big the blocks are. That's something you're gonna have to deal with in this version, unfortunately. There is ways around it, though. For example, like what I'm about to show you. So if you didn't want this, you can actually remove these 2, put in a slab in the same space, or even put in stairs, because staircases don't connect the same way. So doing something like this brings out a lot more shape and texture. And it's very obvious the differences between, you know, who's building what, because I'm really the only one in Beta 1.6 with this build style right now. I mean, I'm the only one that I know that's playing Beta 1.6 at the moment, so... sad days, but good days. Good days are sad days. That's why I like being sad. Just kidding. You gonna... Yeah, okay. Oh, god damn it. How dare you. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish placing this up. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, because, believe it or not, I actually kind of like this design. So let me go over here. Flat. Okay, so 4 staircases, 5 staircases, and a slab, and the rest is good. Alright. So that means 10 staircases collectively. So block, block, flat staircase, poking out, and then these ones pointing inwards. And I get one of you, and now I go grab one more thing like this. So there we go. Basic house designs. Now the house is not finished yet. There's still more I can do to it. So let's go for glass, and maybe a bit of interior decoration. So that way you guys can at least get some ideas on how these houses can be decorated. Because they are small, which means it's going to be hard to decorate if you don't have the best ideas of what to do. Which is part of the reason why I'm making this video, because these houses are nice, they're cute, they're easy to build, very quick, and, well, basic. But honestly, that's part of the reason why I like this house design, because of how basic it actually is. but etc. I'm going to move on to the next part of it, which is the last exterior decoration. So one of my favorite things to do, as of recently, is taking slabs from the side of the house and doing this. So that way I can add trapdoors on the side of them. And part of the reason why is to add another block that pops out on the side of the house, so that way there's more, texture and design on the sides. And for the windows, I kind of like to do the same thing as well. And with this house specifically, it is going to be a little bit off-centered, but that's because I'm trying to put the staircases matching up against the actual blocks. And you'll notice it actually kind of does look rather nice, at least to my eyes. Maybe to your guys' eyes as well. So here's the exterior of the house now, and you can tell from that simple little box to what it is now is a very, very big difference. In fact, I would rather live in this house 100%. So now let's go on the inside. Very small, very roomy. Well, with the way chests work in this version, you don't really have to worry about those. So let's go ahead and throw in, our 3 main objects that would normally go inside of a house. And let me start decorating the kitchen side of the floor. I didn't even know this was here, so that's great. Hello, hole. So let's say this is just my kitchen, alright? So I'm going to do something like this. Whole block, you, and because this is the kitchen, I want another block from the doorway to the kitchen. So that way it's like you step on, the welcome mat, basically, before you get inside of the house. The rest of it can be placed with whatever wood or block that you want. I do wood specifically to match the sides of the house to be able to help all the textures feel more cooperative with one another. But, so let's go. Alright, so you need room for this, and you're going to want crafting tables and chests, so you can actually, because of the way the game works in this version, put chests on top of here. Because here's the thing, they're whole blocks. They're full hole-on blocks that you can just stare at and barely interact with, because when you open them, they don't have that animation. So when you open it, it doesn't do anything besides allow you to look into it, which is actually something you can take advantage of in this version, just because of the fact that it's like that. So let me take a few of these torches nearby. Well, actually, I have to go inside to grab decorations. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm walking back to the house now, and I have all the resources necessary to be able to help me, actually build the house. So I didn't grab any of my torches, which would be a smart idea. I'm back with the torches because I was an idiot. So part of the reason why I like this house design so much is just because, it brings back a homage to a very old version of Minecraft that basically nobody uses anymore. And I actually mean that. Basically nobody uses that version anymore. And part of the reason why is because it's so old, it's kind of outdated, but also because I guess nobody is really that entertained by the old versions anymore. And I can understand why. It's a big lack of content, but to me, personally, this was when Minecraft was actually Minecraft. 100% Minecraft. This is what Minecraft actually is every time I picture it in my head, the word Minecraft itself. I picture this version of the game. And versions alike, such as 1.8 to 1.12. And I guess the main reason being is because these are the versions I grew up with, as I've been playing since literally Alpha 1.2, the very end of Alpha, from what I can recall. So, yeah, there's that. So let's actually start doing the interior decoration. Well, no, I still got a bit of exterior to do. Let me make up my mind. So I'm going to put you two like this. Then I'm going to put, well, actually, I'm going to put the mushrooms like that in the corners. And then I'll put, yeah, you like that. And that just does that, which means I've got 2 more of you. So yeah, I can do that. Very specific way of putting the flowers, I know. So the inside. A really interesting idea came to my mind while I was out and away going and grabbing my shit. Doing something like this. Wrong way. I don't have my bookshelves on me, otherwise I would have put them over here or even right there. But doing something like this allows you to be able to have more of a feeling inside of your own house. So let me put the light level inside of this place up a little bit. There we go. So you can tell that this house is obviously built to be a, villager house. It's not really supposed to be for us, but you can make it for us. And that's part of my other thing that I like about these little houses, is they're so small. That's basically it. Sorry, I like small peen. No, I'm kidding. Where the hell is it? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I was gonna put rails across both of these to be able to build an actual, like, stove, but the issue is we don't have those. Well, we do have them in this version, but I didn't grab those, is what I meant to say. So, poo. So, as I said previously, this world is a world that I did a duplication glitch with, and honestly, this might be turned into a cursed image as soon as I look at it, but house resources. I'm going to carry my stack of 60 diamond pickaxes. Just 60 of them in one hand. Yes, that makes sense. Because that's logic. That's real. You're more effective if you hold 60 pickaxes in one hand than you are holding 60 in two hands. What is my point here? There is none. So I've done a little bit of editing just to make sure I can actually get the design of this right. And there we go. This is the tiny little village house, but with some decoration on the inside to help you make it feel a little more housey. You don't have to put the bookshelves here. In fact, I would rather put my bed right here, and I would actually put the bookshelves against this side. So that way, you can live in here. But because this is built for villagers in Minecraft, I always, every time I build one of these, I keep the design for villagers. And that's basically the 1.6.6 tutorial world house, but modified for a video. Relatively interesting, like, I guess I have no other words for it. It's something I'm kind of addicted to doing, so. Ooh, I forgot to let you guys know. So this world is actually going to be used for something relatively important. And the reason why it's going to be used for something relatively important is because of the village houses that I've already previously built. Now, this is a village that I have built. You saw this in the last world. Or the last video. But these are all the houses I decided to build for the village. Now, if you notice, which you probably didn't, I was telling you that each interior has its own decorations and design to be able to make it feel like multiple different people live here. Each house has their own design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mod, and I'm going to basically copy all of the houses, including all the interior designs of where all the blocks are placed, and I'm going to turn them into actual village house spawns that you guys can use as a mod in Minecraft common versions. So that way you guys can actually have villages spawning in like this. In fact, this is the blacksmith house. I'm going to modify it with a better roof next time, but because this is supposed to be off of the tutorial world house, it's all, tutorial based. But even the blacksmith has its own design and stuff like that. There's a lot of detail here that I paid so much attention to make everything feel more homey for every villager here. And in fact, there is no villagers. So why did I do this? Well, otherwise I would have been living in a house alone over these hills behind me. But, yeah, I'm going to move on and just kind of go back to the same convo. Each house, again, has its own decoration on the inside. Every single one. Including the 9x6s, which this is the other style of house. It's literally the same thing. If you're going to build the 7x5 that I just showed you how to build for the tutorial, doing that, but with the 9x6, is actually relatively easy. And I'm going to do this so you guys can pause the video and get the dimensions captured, since it's going to be easier to count the blocks that way. If you want to build this, I believe it's a 12x11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. Wait. 3, 6, 9. Okay, yeah. 11 by 9. This is the barn house that I was telling you that these are the only type of houses that I build, the foundry being wood instead of stone, because it just kind of looks nice. kind of makes sense. It's a big-ass barn. Why the hell would it not be connected like this? But as I was saying previously, every house has its own decoration. That point is going to be revisited a lot. And in fact, because I like playing Minecraft so much, anybody who joins this world, anytime you find these village houses, they have loot. Some pretty good fucking loot. They can arrange anywhere from dyes to cakes to food objects, golden apples to cookies, and just even stuff like diamond pickaxes and shit like that. In fact, the only type of tools you'll find around in these houses are the diamond ones. And I did that intentionally. For example, like this house. Yeah. Pretty good loot. Again, with the village houses, you can do that instead of doing the classic flat wall. But I'd suggest whenever you do this, make the overhang. Because, trust me, it kind of looks weird like this. Unless you like it like this, then I can't blame you for it, because it does feel Minecraft beta. Then again, something like this. You can tell I did the same thing. You can see the birch wood behind that, but it's just got a different style of roof. And in fact, if you guys want to build this version of the house, that's fine. This is a 4, 8, okay, so 9 by 7, I think. 9 by 6. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's a 9 by 6, and it's got an overhang. So you guys can actually see how this is built. All these houses I feel like people would actually want to build, but that's also me being cocky, because these things are adorable to me, but they may not be adorable to somebody else. I mean, these ones are basic. I can agree with that statement. These ones without the overhangs, I intentionally built them basic. But then again, this is literally a 7 by 6. Another thin house, but more interior decoration than half of the houses that you find normally in the villages. Oh, this is where all of my building materials went. No wonder why they're all missing. Because they're all over here. Alrighty then. Alright. Well, that sums it up for this video, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here and say if you liked the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. And I will see you next video. Salutations to all, and hope you find peace in the domain.